9 animals reproduce in ways that violate what biology textbooks describe as the rules. Some of these were only confirmed in the last 10 years. Seahorses, family Syngnathidae, are the only animals in which the male becomes physically pregnant. The female deposits eggs into a specialized brood pouch on the male's abdomen. The pouch then undergoes physiological changes equivalent to mammalian pregnancy, developing a placenta-like structure that provides oxygen and nutrients, regulates salinity for the embryos, and controls hormone levels. The male undergoes labor contractions to expel live young. Clutch sizes range from 5 to 1,500 depending on species. Male seahorses can be pregnant again within hours of giving birth. Clownfish, genus Amphiprion, are sequential hermaphrodites. All individuals are born male, and the dominant fish in a group is always female. If the female dies or is removed, the dominant male transitions to female, a process involving full reproductive organ restructuring, behavior change, and hormonal reprogramming, within approximately 10 days. The next most dominant male then becomes the group's leading male. This means the fish Nemo was searching for throughout the film was his father, who would have physically become female in the absence of the mother. The bdelloid rotifers are an entirely asexual class of microscopic animals, approximately 450 species with no males and no sexual reproduction recorded in the fossil record or living populations across 80 million years of existence. Rather than accumulating genetic mutations through asexual copying, which should eventually make the genome non-functional, they repair and diversify their DNA by absorbing genetic material from their environment, bacteria, fungi, plants, and other organisms. Approximately 10% of the bdelloid genome derives from non-animal sources acquired by this horizontal gene transfer. This mechanism is more commonly associated with bacteria than animals, and the extent to which it occurs in bdelloid rotifers was not predicted from any model of animal genetics. Komodo dragons, Varanus komodoensis, can reproduce parthenogenetically. Females produce viable offspring without fertilization by a male. The offspring are always male, resulting from the female's ZW chromosomal system, where unfertilized eggs have ZZ or WW chromosome pairs, with WW being non-viable and ZZ surviving as males. This has been documented in captive females with no male contact, and confirmed via genetic testing of offspring from multiple individuals. The mechanism means a single female Komodo dragon, isolated on an island, could found a genetically viable population without males. The female produces sons, who then mate with her to produce a normal mixed-sex population. Anglerfish females of the deep sea, family Ceratidae, are the only vertebrates to practice biological fusion with a mate. When a male locates a female, finding her in the deep ocean by following pheromones in water that may cover kilometers, he bites into her body and begins fusing. His immune system and circulatory system merge with hers over weeks until he is a permanent parasite, sharing her bloodstream and losing all independent organ function except his testes. A single female may carry up to 8 males fused to her body simultaneously, each reduced to a pair of gonads receiving blood and oxygen from the female. This is the only known case of sexual parasitism in vertebrates. Social insects including certain ant and bee species exhibit a form of reproduction where a worker, normally sterile, activates her reproductive system when the queen dies. In some species, multiple workers simultaneously begin laying unfertilized eggs that develop into males, resulting in chaotic reproductive competition. In Cape honeybees, Apis mellifera capensis, workers can lay unfertilized eggs that nonetheless produce female offspring through a rare form of parthenogenesis involving chromosome doubling, making the worker functionally a queen. These reproductive workers can infiltrate other colonies and parasitise them without performing any worker functions, a phenomenon known as the Cape bee social parasite. Virgin birth in sharks, parthenogenesis, was confirmed in 2001 in a captive bonnethead shark, Spherna tiburo, that had been isolated from males for 3 years. DNA analysis confirmed the pup contained no paternal genetic contribution. Since then, parthenogenesis has been documented in multiple shark species including the zebra shark and hammerhead, in captive individuals with no male contact. The offspring are clones of the mother, containing only maternal DNA, and carry the associated fitness risks of inbreeding. It is not yet established how frequently this occurs in wild populations. The lyrebird, Menura novahollandi, male constructs a mound and performs a mating display that can last up to 4 hours, involving near-perfect vocal mimicry of other species, coordinated body movements, and tail displays. After mating, the female raises the single chick entirely alone. The male contributes no parental care and immediately continues displaying for additional females. What makes this unusual is that the male lyrebird continues to perfect its mimicry repertoire throughout its lifespan, acquiring new sounds and sequences from its environment over decades, meaning older males have substantially more complex displays than young ones. Females have been shown to prefer older, more complex males, creating a selective pressure for vocal complexity that compounds over a lifetime. The queen of the naked mole rat colony, Heterocephalus glaber, is the only reproductively active female in a group of up to 300 individuals. She suppresses reproduction in all other females through hormonal suppression. She can live up to 30 years, roughly 10 times the expected lifespan for a rodent her size, and maintains reproductive output throughout most of this period. When she dies, previously sterile females undergo a competitive process in which multiple candidates begin to grow, fight, and develop the hormonal profile of a queen. The winner, who may have been a worker for 20 years, becomes the new reproductive female within weeks. Her lifespan then resets to the queen's extended timeline. 9 forms of reproduction. 9 animals that found solutions to the problem of continuing the species that no engineer looking at the constraints would have proposed. Tomorrow's animal survived something that killed nearly everything else on Earth. This channel posts a new animal fact video every day. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.